What's up guys, my name is Ace, and today I want to talk about a topic that a lot of people have been requesting from me, and that is which do I prefer, Satcoms or UAVs in Call of Duty? So in today's video, we're going to be discussing sort of the pros and cons of each and which one I prefer and which one I would like to see in Advanced Warfare. Let's get into it. Alright guys, so let's first discuss the pros and the cons of each of these score streaks or kill streaks, whatever they may be. It depends on the game that they're in, really. So the UAV, the pros to the UAV are, it shows everyone on the map. It shows all of your enemies on the map except for the people that are using the perk that counters it, which is fair in my mind. So if you're using Assassin or something, you're not going to show up on the map, on the mini-map, but if you're not, then you will show up on the mini-map every single time when that UAV sweeps. The cons of the UAV though, is it's pretty easy to shoot down. If anybody wants to shoot a UAV down, they usually don't have much of a problem doing that unless they're in some weird map that has a lot of tall buildings or something like that. But for the most part, it's pretty easy to take down a UAV. So that's kind of a con if you're the one using it, kind of a pro if your enemies are using it, because it also adds to your point streak or your score streak in a lot of Call of Duty games. Now for the Satcom, the pros, and this is the Satcom from Ghost. I believe, yeah, it is the only Call of Duty with an actual Satcom, even though the logo for the UAV in Modern Warfare 2, I believe, was a Satcom. But in Ghost, the Satcom, the pros of it is, well, it can be hidden and really hard to destroy, or it can be made hard to destroy. You can hide it in some dark corner in the back of your spawn where the enemy just can't get to it, or at least can't get to it easily, and you can make it so it's not worth it for them to get to it, even if they know where it is. If they have sit rep on or something, if it's too far away, if it's across the map, they probably won't even bother with it. So it can be very hard to destroy, or at least it can be made hard to destroy, unlike the UAV. The cons of the Satcom though, is it only shows enemies that are in the line of sight of you or your teammates, and I'm talking just one Satcom. I know there is the stacking, which I'll talk about a little bit, but when it only shows enemies that are in the line of sight of you or your teammates, in a game like Call of Duty that's really fast paced and the time to kill is very, very fast, it doesn't really matter that much, in my opinion. If somebody sees an enemy, either they are going to kill them very quickly, or it's very likely that someone else on their team is going to know that that person is there and that there is a gunfight going on between their teammate and that guy. So even without the Satcom, it's usually pretty easy to pinpoint where a guy is if your teammates are shooting at that guy, or if he kills your teammates. So in my opinion, one Satcom is pretty much useless in Ghosts. Another thing with the Satcoms, another con, is it pretty much requires coordination between 2 or more players to get the same effectiveness as a UAV in previous Call of Duty games. So it basically takes twice as much work to get the same result, and it does require teamwork as well. And I know teamwork's a good thing, but just for a score streak like this, I feel like the UAV was just as powerful as it should be. So from here, it basically just comes down to what you believe in, like what your opinions are on the UAV and whether or not enemies should be showing up on that UAV often. I mean minimap, not UAV, but on the minimap. So I truly believe, it's my opinion, and I know a lot of people will disagree, I truly believe that when you have people showing up on the radar more often, it is a good thing that actually encourages movement on both ends. So for instance, if a UAV is called against your team, typically a smart player will think, well, if I sit in one spot for too long, they'll know exactly where I am and how to deal with me, so I better get moving and be unpredictable. Not everybody's like this, but a smart player will typically think this way. On the other end, when your team has a UAV up, you'll be thinking, wow, look at all those enemies on the mini-map, let's go out and get them, and now I can go out there and get them with a little bit of confidence, because the only way an enemy will take me off guard that I won't be able to see on that mini-map is if they have the perk that keeps them off the radar, which means they're sacrificing something else. So if I've got better gunfighting perks, for instance, then it's not likely they have those perks, because there's a trade-off. They have that perk that keeps them off the radar, and I can still win a gunfight against them. Or it's very possible I can win a gunfight. So you can go out with more confidence when your team has a UAV up compared to when they have a Satcom up, because people that aren't sacrificing those gunfighting perks for their perk that keeps them off the radar, a lot of the times they still won't pop up on the radar because they won't be within your teammates' line of sight. So overall, in Advanced Warfare, I don't know if this has been announced yet. Keep in mind, I am creating a bunch of these videos weeks before they're uploaded. because I am preparing for my trip to Europe. So if this has been announced, I apologize, but if not, in Advanced Warfare, I would like to see more of a UAV style, where one UAV shows everybody on the minimap that doesn't have whatever the perk is that will counter the minimap. So what's your guys' opinion? Do you guys want to see more of a UAV style or a Satcom style, or should they completely do away with perks that display you on the minimap? I'd like to hear your guys' opinion in the comment section below. If you enjoyed the video, a like rating is always appreciated, and don't forget to subscribe for more if you haven't already. I'll talk to you guys next time.